Hello, I'm Upasika Bodhipala, and welcome to Sauntering into Silence. Ajahn Sudanto has kindly asked me to read a short poem from Mahakassapa, one of the Buddha's foremost male disciples, where he expresses his joy at being in nature. Then I will read a section of John Muir's 1869 journal, My First Summer in the Sierras, a section that Ajahn Sudanto calls Life of a Raindrop. With beautiful darkening clouds, streams of pure water, and ground covered with ladybugs, these rocky heights delight me. Covered in blue flowers as the sky is covered in clouds, and filled with flocks of birds, these rocky heights delight me. Without crowds of people, but visited by herds of deer, and filled with flocks of birds, these rocky heights delight me. Therigatha, 1062. July 19th, watching the daybreak and sunrise. The pale rose and purple sky, changing softly to daffodil yellow and white, sunbeams pouring through the passes between the peaks and over the Yosemite domes, making their edges burn. The silver firs in the middle ground, catching the glow on their spiry tops, and our camp grove fills and thrills with the glorious light. Everything awakening, alert and joyful. The birds begin to stir and innumerable insect people. Deer quietly withdraw into leafy hiding places in the chaparral. The dew vanishes. Flowers spread their petals. Every pulse beats high. Every life cell rejoices. The very rocks seem to thrill with life. The whole landscape glows like a human face in a glory of enthusiasm, and the blue sky, pale around the horizon, bends peacefully down over all, like one vast flower. About noon, as usual, big bossy cumuli begin to grow above the forest, and the rainstorm pouring from them is the most imposing I have yet seen. How interesting to trace the history of a single raindrop. It's not long, geologically speaking, since the first raindrops fell on the newborn, leafless Sierra landscapes. How different the lot of these falling now. Happy the showers that fall on so fair a wilderness. Scarce a single drop can fail to find a beautiful spot. On the tops of the peaks, on the shining glacier pavements, on the great smooth domes, on forests and gardens and brushy moraines, plashing, glinting, pattering, laving. Some go to the high snowy fountains to swell their well-saved stores. Some into the lakes, washing the mountain windows, patting their smooth glassy levels, making dimples and bubbles and spray. Some into the waterfalls and cascades, as if eager to join in their dance and song and beat their foam yet finer. Good luck and good work for the happy mountain drops, each one of them a high waterfall in itself, descending from the cliffs and hollows of the clouds to the cliffs and hollows of the rocks, out of the sky thunder and into the thunder of the falling rivers. Some, falling on meadows and bogs, creep silently out of sight to the grass roots, hiding softly as in a nest, slipping, oozing hither, thither, seeking and finding their appointed work. Some, descending through the spires of the woods, sift spray through the shining needles, whispering peace and good cheer to each of them. Some drops, with happy aim, glint on the sides of crystals, quartz, hornblende, garnet, zircon, tourmaline, feldspar, patter on grains of gold and heavy way-worn nuggets. Some, with blunt plap-plap and low bass drumming, fall on the broad leaves of veratrum, saxifrage, Cypripedium. Some happy drops fall straight into the cups of flowers, kissing the lips of lilies. How far they have to go, how many cups to fill, great and small. Cells too small to be seen, cups holding half a drop, as well as lake basins between the hills. Each replenished with equal care. Every drop in all the blessed throng, a silvery newborn star with lake and river, garden and grove, valley and mountain, all that the landscape holds reflected in its crystal depths. God's messenger, angel of love, sent on its way with majesty and pomp, and display of power that makes man's greatest shows ridiculous. Now the storm is over, the sky is clear, the last rolling thunder wave is spent on the peaks. And where are the raindrops now? What has become of all the shining throng? In winged vapor rising, some are already hastening back to the sky. Some have gone into the plants, creeping through invisible doors into the round rooms of cells. Some are locked in crystals of ice, some in rock crystals, some in porous moraines to keep their small springs flowing. Some have gone journeying on in the rivers to join the larger raindrop of the ocean. From form to form, beauty to beauty, ever-changing, never resting, all are speeding on with love's enthusiasm, singing with the stars the eternal song of creation.
Is that it?
That's the end.